Hello again. This is the third, and I think this will be the final video in the short little Notion series that I was doing with the 12-week year goals. So the reason I did this again is because people were asking me to do a little Notion preview and to show how to do the 12-week year structure for authors. And I figured this would be a good time as any because in my upcoming Write With Me series, you will actually see me working a lot inside Notion, putting information here. So I thought this series would be a good way to kind of kick that off so nobody is asking as many questions, focusing on the Notion aspect versus the writing and story later on. So this one is going to be a tedious video. You might not even want to stick around for it. This is just going to be editing because it's great to make the pages. It's great to copy stuff in there and have all your information. But it's kind of daunting if you have a bunch of information that you can't find or, useless stuff. So I'm going to show you how I'm editing. And again, I'm liable to make some mistakes. I never claim to be perfect, but hopefully seeing me make my mistakes will help you be better. And that is ultimately my goal, is to help you. All right, so what we did, just a quick recap, we mostly worked here in this 2024 in process and all of that. So this is the main page I want everything to be on. So what I am going to do is I like this vision. So I want to make sure I keep my vision at the very top. So that's always there for me to see. And just because I'm debating on if I like this title or not, I want to keep that up there for now. But all of this pertains to, I can check that off. It's only a month late. Okay, so all of this pertains to 2023. I'm just scrolling through to make sure. Yeah, because a lot of this needs to be changed. So I'm not just going to delete it. Obviously, I could. I'm not sure why I had this in two spots, but no big deal. So what I'm going to do is bring these to the top just in case, because I'm about to hide all the rest of the stuff. And I don't want to risk those coming or those getting hidden and then having to track them down. But all of this can go into 2023's. I'm going to create a new page. (2023) goals and progress. I want to start putting everything here. So now all that information is here. I can always clean this up or do whatever I want later, but essentially the point is I now have it here. It's out of my way for 2024, but I can always still easily reference everything. Clean up these lines real quick. And let's see what I got in here. So this is something I know I want to keep because this just helps me define various aspects. These I'm going to hold off to. I can do that, not in the video, but I will be going through and doing all of my months right there. Who knows? I might end up doing that here. And that was more visibility. Okay. So that visibility one, that's something I also want to do, is to break each one of these down and have their own page as well. But that's somewhere down the line. So I want to, I don't recall how to add a line. I do not remember how I got that there. I think it just kind of happened and I would always duplicate it. No big deal. I'll figure that out later. So this is going to be my main page now. 12-week year goals. I'm thinking, okay, yeah. So I'm going to have my vision here, my overall vision, where I can see it every time I log onto this page. But I want to be able to click into each year's instead of just having all of 2024's or whichever year I'm in right here. So that brings me back to this. I want to move this one. I want to move all this information. And I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Because normally I would, wait, let me see, because I think I can do this. Let me see if this works. Oh, it does, great. So I just turned that into text, click the dots here, turn into, oops, sorry. Turn into text up here, because it was a page. So now it's text. Everything's here for me. Don't like that. There we go. See what this one is. Heading 2. Heading 2. All right. So all of this will be easy for me to look at, see what I need to work on later. But let's focus on the 2024. And this was, I believe this was my old one. I'm just going to toggle it. I'm going to take that line since I know I wanted it. I'm going to drop it in over here because I know I needed that for something. All right. So that was my old chat that I had done. I think I did that a month or 2 ago. Didn't have anything here, so I can actually delete this one. And we have the quarters for the books. So what I'm going to do now is just make sure these are correct. And then I can add things here if I want. And it is kind of a duplicate if you look at it, just different formattings essentially. Let's see. That's all I'm going to do now is start editing this. Okay, so it has us launching book 2. Here. Okay, so this is what I would do. I would definitely launch book 2 here. So this is my overview of the quarter. And then down here is when I could say, okay, I definitely want to do my second book, which is this one right here that we have. So not as redundant as I thought, just broader here and more specialized in the little grids. Launching book 3 of the first Dark Mafia romance. Okay. Make sure I'm understanding what it's doing. So essentially editing all of those. Hasn't got to book 4 yet, but launching book 2. Writing book 4 from this series. I think. I don't know. That's the trouble with calling them both Dark Mafia series. Yeah, I like the way it clarified here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not mad at this at all. So when is it actually wanting? Okay. So it actually didn't say for book 4. I like this. This is going to take some thinking on my part to just examine this and determine a specific order and everything. Not going to make y'all suffer through that. Let's see if there's any other changes I want to make here. So again, another great thing about Notion is if, I just want to slide things around, you can always take them here. You can slide them over to another page here easily. I could click, if for whatever reason, needed to move this into another page, I could click the move to right here and it'll bring up my pages. I could click into wherever I wanted to move it. So Notion makes it very easy to manipulate everything. All right, so we're focused on finalizing the first romance series. All right, so week 4. Got that one right. And then it's jumping into my nonfiction. I like this. I really like this flow right here. Okay. Because I'm the type of person that I need to take a break from one story occasionally and move on to something else. So I like the organization here or the schedule that it has set up. I think what I do want to change these. So that's all in. This is what I was talking about earlier. So yeah, you see how these are not headings. They're more regular text. If I clicked here, it's going to tell me, yeah, it's text up there clicked. And that's why when I toggle it, even though these are second quarters, third quarters, whatever, it's all going into that first. So I need to change that. Turn this into a heading real quick. Let me see if that fixes it. Nope, because it's already pulled in there. So I need to highlight all that. And then I'm just going to click it, move it around so that it will eventually. That's not the way I'm wanting it. Okay, I'll do it this way. Just bring it all the way down. So now you can see the indent difference. And I'll just do the same thing with this one. Somebody feel free to comment in the comment section. Nicole, you really went about that the long way. This is all you needed to do. I'm just going to toggle each of these. This way with the toggles, I can only need to focus on one. So when I'm ready for second quarter, that'll be what's showing. And not all the others, because then I'll get distracted. Okay, so all I'm really going to do, and I don't think it's worth continuing the video while I do it, but all I'm going to do is go through here again, make sure everything's the way I want it, what I want to focus on for each quarter, and then taking all the generalized stuff and making it more focused and putting it in my little quarters here. Because there's a lot of times I just, for whatever reason, I like to click into these real quick, and I enjoy being able to mark something off. So I'm going to play around with refining that. And like I said, you will see me using Notion a lot more in the upcoming Write With Me series as I start doing my NaNoWriMo book with y'all. All right, thank y'all very much. Bye, everyone.